Hey, what's up, Daniel? I guess the first most important question I have to ask today, do you plan to opt out?
No, I did not plan to opt out.
All right, got to ask it. And then I know you did a bunch of different workouts with teammates this off season. Just curious what you got out of those, how valuable you found those to be.
Yeah, I think they were valuable for us. Obviously this year doing all our meetings and installs virtually through Zoom, which I thought went well, and we did a good job learning and picking it up through that. But getting on the field, together, I think helped, and kind of working on some of the things that we had discussed in meetings, and trying to get guys ready for this camp, and make sure we were ready to roll.
Daniel, when you look at this offense, when you look at it, are you saying I've seen all this before, or how much do you have to learn?
I think we're all trying to learn, and I think there's obviously some similar concepts and similar ideas, but it's a new system, and we're all learning it and putting together. But that's kind of what we're focused on. Comparing it to last year, I'm not sure how much that helps in learning it. I think it's kind of we're taking it day by day, install by install, and trying to learn it as quickly as we can and as well as we can.
Hey, Daniel, hope you're doing well.
Hope you're doing well, Bruce.
Thank you. In terms of 2020 for you, what are the goals? Everything from productivity to ball security. Could you break it down for us what you're trying to accomplish?
Yeah, I think, right now, I think, my focus, is on this camp and trying to make sure that I'm as prepared as possibly mentally. Like, we've talked about, I think, obviously a new system and a new offense to learn and pick up. So, I think my focus right now is what we're doing, day to day here, and trying to, make sure we take the right steps forward. We're improving every single day. And, me personally, and, I'm doing a good job picking up the offense and understanding what the coaches expect. So, obviously want to improve on a lot of things from last year personally and as a team. But, I think in order to get there and, to get there the right way, I think we want to focus on what we're doing, day to day in this camp.
Yarrow?
Hey, Daniel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Obviously, you have your three main receivers back from last year: Sterling, Golden, Darius, and then Evan Ingram, of course, back Saquon. So the 5 big targets there. I'm assuming the continuity there is helpful. I was just wondering if you could maybe provide some examples of what you've seen so far in this camp about how, in particular, the continuity has been helpful with those guys, whether it's communication scheme. How do you notice that being helpful?
Yeah, I think, just spending time with guys and like we talked about a little bit, getting together in the off season a little bit, but knowing how guys are going to get in and out of breaks, I think is obvious and probably something you'd expect. But, that continuity helps, but also just, having a relationship with guys and, knowing how they learn, knowing how they communicate. And, as we all kind of try to learn this system and try to work through it, make sure we're on the same page, I think, that continuity is definitely helpful through that process.
Art.
Hey, Daniel, how's it going?
Good. How you doing, Art?
Doing all right. Just curious, seeing photos and videos of you from your off-season training, it's been talked about how different maybe you look. Do you feel different physically? And what was your training from that perspective about this off-season?
Yeah, so I feel good. I feel like I'm, as strong as I've been, and feel like I'm in good shape. And I think, I was in Charlotte for most of the off season and training there. So, I feel like, I wanted to get stronger, wanted to gain some weight, and I think for what that does to every part of my game, I think, standing in the pocket, running when I need to, and then obviously, throwing the ball as efficiently as I can, as using my my strength, my lower body. I think, each piece of that was part of the goal this off season and in my training.
What are you weighing right now?
Like 229, 228.
Is that up from what, 220? Were you playing at 220 last year?
Yeah, I was like 220.
Hi, Leonard.
Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Two-parter. Number one, it has to be really different for you walking in without Eli Manning here, you being now the presumptive number one compared to last year when we were coming in learning everything. Want to know what is the biggest difference for you walking in as the presumptive starter? And the second one is, how would you describe your collaboration relationship with Jason Garrett, and what do you find is maybe the defining qualities of him as an OC and a coach?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is just, not being a rookie and having relationships with the people in the building, with my teammates. And, obviously we have a new staff and that's, I'm certainly learning and going through that process, like I did last year, but just to, a certain level of comfort and it, being my second year, I think has been good. And with Coach Garrett, I've enjoyed, learning from him so far. And, I think he's extremely detailed in his teaching and what he expects on the field. And I think that's probably what stood out the most. And I look forward to working with him and continuing to learn and, learn this system.
Rock.
Daniel, you kind of laughed off that first question about opting out, but I'm just curious, is that something you gave any thought to? And how do you handle, how do you approach teammates who are considering it and have chosen that option?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's, important to realize everyone has different circumstances and, whether it be family related or personally or, whatever it may be. And I certainly, I don't have those situations. I live by myself and, I'm healthy. So, but, I think everyone's got to everyone's got to consider, their own personal situation. And, I certainly respect that and certainly respect that and expect people to do that and to do what's best for them and certainly don't hold that against them. So, obviously, Nate made the decision to opt out and, he's got an extremely tough circumstance and I certainly wouldn't expect him to, he's got to do what's best for his family and all the respect in the world, all the support in the world for that.
Are you surprised by how many people, not only on this team, but around the league have taken that option to opt out?
I don't know. I'm not really sure I had an expectation. I think, like I said, you got to look at everyone individually and personally, and you have no way of knowing exactly what's going on and why they made that decision. That's up to them. So, like I said, I certainly respect it and support it for all the people that made that decision.
Thanks, Daniel.
We're going to take three more. Zach.
Hey, Daniel, you and Darius came in the league obviously at the same time and it seemed like you developed chemistry pretty quick. How would you describe your relationship with Darius and what's it like throwing to a receiver like him who obviously is one of the faster guys you probably have on the team? Yeah,
I've certainly enjoyed, playing with Darius and working with Darius. He's a guy that comes to work every day and, knows what to do, knows what's expected of him from the coaches and, does his best to do that. Obviously, he's a talented guy, like you said, a guy who can really get out and run and, a big frame, a big target. So, I've really enjoyed working with him and, I know he's excited going into this year and has attacked this off season and learning this new system, the right way. So I'm excited to continue to work with him.
Daniel, hi, how are you doing? Quick question for you. A few days in, how difficult has it been of an adjustment getting used to the new protocols, especially as you're trying to become a leader of this team?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been different, but, I think, our organization, the Giants, the medical staff, and the operation people have done an unbelievable job setting up the facility here at the stadium and making sure it's clear as what they expect from us and wearing our mask and socially distancing and doing all those things. So it's different, but it's not it's not hard. It's not it's not getting in the way of us doing our work. So as long as we're conscientious about it, I think we haven't had any problems with the policies and the procedures so far.
Has anything stuck out to you, been a bigger adjustment than others?
Not really. I mean, I think just being here, being in the stadium is different. But like I said, our organization's done a great job setting it up, and we're lucky to have this space and to do as much as we can do over here with, like I said, all the space we have.
Schwartz, and this will be the last question.
When you think of, preparing for a season, going against the Steelers on September 14th, you will not have played in a preseason game at all, which is unheard of, in a new offense. I mean, looking forward at what the limited practice is and no preseason, how difficult of a task is that to prepare as a quarterback in a new system, not having any of that going into a season?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at it, that's a situation that, a lot of other teams have that situation. Obviously no one's playing preseason, so we're all, operating under the same rules, under the same, outline as far as practice and then into the season. So, all we can do is prepare as well as we can in the time we have and make sure we're getting the most out of every single day and those practices leading up to the first game. So, I think that's, our approach as a team, and we'll make sure we do that and prepare as well as we possibly can.
Just as a quick follow-up, as a second-year quarterback going into a new system, does that put you at a little bit of a disadvantage as opposed to some veterans in the same system?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's on me to learn the system, like I said, as quick as I can, as effectively as I can, and use the time we have, use the practice we have to do that and come in prepared and ready to go.